Hello and welcome to video 3 for assignment 3. This is such a good experience that I was able to create my own GPT to output text from Shakespeare, well, at least training data on text like Shakespeare and then outputting. So I will go ahead and show the outputs that I ran on my terminal. So after running the initial steps, this is the text that was output. The text here, we can see that this was the final line. You can see some resemblance of a Shakespeare text, but all in all, these words do not make sense. Only some of these words are spelled correctly. And this can be attributed to the training data being a lot smaller, or it's called a nano GPT because not enough data in order to create real text. And going through the reference videos on the original 2-hour video and the 15-minute reference video, it seems that by running this on GPU, it could be faster. Having our own GPT-2 model, it would yield, after 4 days, realistic Shakespeare text. But the silver lining in all of this is I was able to use this shortcut over here, dash dash device equals MPS. And really what we have here is running our code much faster using Apple's new silicon chips. So a brief overview of what I had to go through in order to get this is that I figured out how to use the terminal and also download everything into VS Code. And getting familiar with these are really good. I first had to CD into a folder, my specific folder path. So let's see if we can find this here. So this is my folder. This is the outermost folder, and this is my next level folder. By going into that folder, I was able to use a training data, train.py on my local VS Code, um, and then configure and using these following basically like hyperparameter tunings, I was able to make sure that code got ran the right way. And going through all of these iterations, we see the loss slowly and steadily decreasing and hovering around 2. And by the time we get to the end, we have a loss of just under 2. Um, Training loss is 1.764, validation loss is 1.8925, and we're able to output our Shakespeare text. And first I try the 4-minute route. Then I try this using the new Apple Silicon chips. Essentially, the results are both gibberish, but the structure, at least, is what you would see of a Shakespeare character talking these lines, and somewhat resembles the basic essence of what Shakespeare text is. But of course, we'll need a lot more training data in order to fully create non-gibberish text. So some of the future steps that I want to aim for is using this for other cases. So I will be exploring that, for example, with astrophysics, meteorology datasets, some music datasets for generating lyrics, and just other creative endeavors that really have no right or wrong. I think that's the safest way to go. And then the next way to go would be solving questions, solving some basic practical questions. I think that's much harder because there is right or wrong, but I will be exploring that within the next days and weeks. Thank you for joining for this video. Hope to see you again in the next one.